Hi, this is Michael with Deacon Woodworks. Today, I'm going to show you how I made this taproom sign. So I didn't film the cutting of the actual wood and applying it to a backer. But what this basically is the barn wood. They're 4-foot lengths and segmented across the board to give it staggered patterns. And it's applied to a 1/4-inch plywood substrate. It really was more just to make sure that all the wood stuck and it's a solid core. And then I pin nailed it with a lot of pin nails through the back. Let me flip it over and I will show you kind of how the back. So here's the back of the sign. This is, like I said, a 1/4-inch plywood. It's just heavily glued and pin nailed on the back. There's going to be a structure on the back, a box structure on the back, which will house the electronics for the LED lights, and that's what I'm going to build out. So just laying out and dry fitting some scrap pieces to illustrate what we're doing. I've got some really nice 3/4-inch old barnwood oak flooring that a friend gave me. And it's actually the perfect size to build a standoff against the wall. I may rip it down just a little bit more to keep it a little closer to the wall. I'll play around with it a little bit because the sign itself will be standing off about 1.5 inches from the front of it. So we're already talking 1.5 inches plus another 3/4, so that's 2.25 inches off the wall. The last thing I want to do is have something sticking 6-7 inches out from the wall and people have a chance to bump their heads into it. So this may get ripped down, and if I get it ripped down, then what we'll do is we'll move the power supply from a vertical perspective into a horizontal, and as you can see, that really slims it down, and I think that's probably, as I'm talking on this video, I think that's probably the way I will go. But this will be mounted probably with pocket screws into the wood below, glued obviously because it's going to need some strength, and then the sign will actually be mounted. The size of this box will actually be the size of where the standoffs on the front will be. So I may be able to drive longer screws into the actual substrate of the sign and have that pretty sturdy. Then, as you can see here, just another piece of scrap here. We'll be doing a French cleat system. I'll mount this directly into the box itself so it maintains its flush look. And then put a French cleat up on the wall, make it a lot easier to hang, allow me to get it off the wall very easily in case I needed to change the power supply or things like that. So just got back from picking up the laser etched sheet metal for the sign, and as you can see, I'm in the process of setting this up. This is going to be a one-time deal in terms of utilizing the CA glue, the CP10 stuff out of Fast Cap. Because once this stuff sits, it ain't going anywhere, so I don't have much flexibility or leeway. However, I did do a little test piece here. So I put this on. As you can see, this is currently on top of the plexiglass, and it ain't going anywhere. As you can see on the flip side, maybe you can or can't in the shot. Let me see if I can get better lighting here. You can probably see the glue underneath it. And so there seems to be, as long as there's some good coverage on it, I don't need to use the activator. It sets very quickly, and I can't move it at all. I don't even know if this piece would even be able to come off if I screwed it up, I put it on backwards, whatever. It may very well be just what it is. So I am setting things up. I'm going to use some painter's tape. The plastic is still on the plexiglass. I don't want to scratch it. So I'm going to put some painter's tape on the back of the plexiglass, attach it to the countertop so it doesn't move out of its position. The square is what's bringing the metal in line with the plexiglass. Based on if the plexiglass doesn't move and my right angle doesn't move, I should be able to pull the top layer plastic off, lay down the template, and then start applying glue and then let it set up, and we should be good to go. Double checked on all measurements. The top layer plastic is pulled off. Tried to keep as many fingerprints off as I could, and we're pretty much at the point of no return. We're going to use the CP10 thick adhesive from Fast Cap, and by the way, they're not sponsored of this project. They're just put together some good stuff, and I enjoy using the company, so good on them. Anyway, we'll put the first one on and we'll try to film it. I don't have a tripod, so this is going to be done by hand. So I will have to admit, I was going to film me doing a couple of these letters, but that was a little nerve-wracking. I used a kitchen refrigerator magnet to help pull some of the pieces off, and when they weren't coming as easily as they were supposed to, I started freaking out a little bit that I accidentally glued something wrong down, or it was going to get stuck and ruin the whole thing. But I think, fortunately, I think everything is on. It's sticking, and I'll just let it be cured in about 10 seconds or so, and it should be good. Hi, so from what we just showed, I didn't have a tripod in order to finish the build. I'm actually shooting this now on a new tripod, so hopefully we'll get some more action shots in the future. What I ended up doing was taking the sign as it was. A friend of mine welded up, as you can see in the picture right here, a 1/2 inch angle iron rectangle frame to go around the plastic. I then used the 2P10 glue from FastCap to glue the plexiglass to the metal, and then line the inside of the rim of the frame with the LED strips, which you can see kind of in this picture here as well. Once that was done, I lined everything up onto the barnwood backer board, ensure my frame size was the same size of where the mounting pegs were going to be, and I used glue and the mounting pegs to mount directly into the backer of the frame. So there are 4 2-inch screws going into the back of the backer frame and holding that in place. Along with the glue, it's plenty strong because the whole frame and plexiglass and sign is not all that heavy to begin with. So 4 2-inch screws would do just fine. Then it was mounted then onto with the mounting pegs onto the board, and that's where we're at. So hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and hopefully in the near future we'll have some more action shots, so to speak. Thanks. So I just finished building it. Got the electrical in, got the box behind, got it lit up. Still have to mount the French cleat, but I wanted to bring it upstairs, see it in the space, see how it looked from a glow perspective, and wow, I'm pretty happy with the results. So thought I'd give you a quick look. I will get the French cleat mounted, electrical run to behind it so the wire doesn't show, and come back with a little extra stuff. I wanted to come in and give you guys a little extra kind of tidbit. Couple things. One, these standoffs work really great. Note to self, a step drill bit would be even better. I pilot hold it and then went to use a bigger bit, and it almost cracked, and I about had a heart attack because that would have been redoing the whole thing, including the lettering. What I ended up using was actually a countersink bit, 5/8 inch countersink bit, and just kind of worked my way down, and it worked well. I like it the fact that you can't quite see the lights. There's some glue and cleanup that I can do on the sides. That should be pretty easy and things like that. As you can see, there's a hole through the back where the cord goes through, and then I super glued the power supply onto the back of the wood, so it's good and sturdy, won't fall, won't shake around, and things like that. Thanks for watching. If you want to make your own version of the Taproom sign, I'll leave in the description below links to the supplies that I used. If you like this video and you want to see more of these, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, as I'll be putting out more videos in the near future. As always, I'd love to hear your feedback on these projects and encourage you to leave comments down below and share it with your friends. Also, I like to hear what you're working on and invite you over to my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts, where you can leave comments and post photos of the things you're working on. Well, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.